Let's talk about a classic fable from the great Rabindranath Tagore. In it, we find a world that's been engineered for pure, non-stop productivity. So what happens when something completely useless, like art, crashes the party? Well, this story really makes you ask a pretty fundamental question. And this is it. This is the question that's right at the very heart of Tagore's story. It's the key that unlocks everything. Does everything we do, everything we make, have to have some kind of clear, practical point to it? Just, keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this. Okay, so first things first, let's set the scene. Imagine a kind of heaven, a paradise, that isn't built on relaxation or leisure, but on one single, relentless idea. Yeah, this place is called Workers' Paradise, and it's all about maximum efficiency. You can find anything you could possibly need here, but with one massive exception: free time. There are no hobbies, no moments to just chill. There is only work. This is pretty much the motto for all the men here. And listen, it's not a complaint, not at all. It's like a badge of honor. Their entire sense of self-worth is wrapped up in how busy they are, in having every single second accounted for. And it's not just the men. The women feel the exact same way. For them, life is this frantic race against the clock, just a constant stream of things to do. This shared energy, this hurry, it's what powers their whole world. Now here's the twist. You might be thinking this all sounds pretty miserable, right? But it's not. The people here are genuinely happy about it. They feel exalted by their constant productivity. For them, having their hands full is the greatest feeling in the world. Okay, so you have this perfectly tuned, work-obsessed machine of a world, but then someone comes along who is a complete and total glitch in the system, a man who operates on a whole different wavelength. See, back on Earth, this guy, he just wasn't into useful stuff. He spent his days on what everyone else would call a total waste of time, making little sculptures, painting pictures that didn't serve any practical purpose at all. Basically, he was an artist. And then, through what's basically a cosmic clerical error, our artist, the quote-unquote wrong man, gets accidentally sent to the one place in the universe he is least suited for. I guess fate has a pretty sharp sense of irony. And the culture clash is, well, it's instant, and it's obvious. While everybody else is rushing around, he's just there, lounging, lying in the grass, not doing anything useful. He's basically a human traffic jam in their perfectly productive system. So this walking, talking disruption is about to become a very personal one. Our idol artist has a chance meeting with a girl who is, for all intents and purposes, the perfect citizen of this worker's paradise. The man asks the girl if he can have one of her pictures, and her reaction? It tells you everything you need to know about this place. She can only think of one possible reason he'd want it, for its function, to carry water. Her whole world is just built on utility. His answer must have sounded like absolute nonsense to her. The idea of doing something to the pitcher that doesn't make it better at holding water is just baffling. Why would anyone on Earth waste their time doing that? And this, right here, is the moment everything pivots. She looks at this decorated pitcher, the lines, the colors, and it's like it breaks her brain a little. For the very first time, she's seeing something that was made just to be beautiful, with no practical use. It has no meaning, no purpose, and yet, there it is. And the change in her is immediate, but it's really subtle. The next day, as she walks, her steps aren't quite so frantic anymore. Something inside her has shifted. Tagore calls it a new sense that's been awakened, a sense that, ironically, seems to have no purpose itself. So this little seed of uselessness has been planted, and it's starting to grow, and its impact is about to send ripples through her entire world. The artist's explanation for what he does is so simple, but it's the philosophical core of the whole story. He's introducing this totally radical idea, that something can be valuable without being useful. And you see the consequences right away. The artist gives her a colored ribbon, and suddenly she's spending precious time just tying it in her hair, time that she should be using for work. Minutes are now being unutilized, work is being left unfinished. For the first time ever, beauty is competing with productivity, and it's starting to win. And it turns out this new sense, this appreciation for useless things, well, it's catchy. What started with just one girl and one painted picture is starting to spread like a virus through the whole system. You can see this domino effect start to happen. First, work in general starts to suffer. Then, people who were once super active are now found just being idle, wasting time, painting, and whatnot. And naturally, this makes the elders, the ones in charge, very, very anxious. Their perfect system is starting to fray at the edges. It doesn't take them long to figure out who's to blame. The source of all this chaos isn't some new idea or a rebellion. It's a single person. It's the artist. To the elders, he's like a disease, and his art is the symptom causing this epidemic of idleness. So, from their point of view, the solution is pretty simple. If the man is the problem, you get rid of the man. The president officially kicks him out, declaring that there's just no room for art, for whimsy, or for uselessness in their world of pure utility. But just as he's about to be exiled, something absolutely incredible happens. The girl, the perfect product of this perfect paradise, makes an impossible choice. She actually speaks up and says she'll go with him, choosing to leave her perfect, productive life for a man who only offers things with no meaning and no purpose. And that leaves us with this final, big question. The elders called him the wrong man for their paradise. But after seeing how he changed that girl's life, well, you have to ask yourself, was he really in the wrong place? Or maybe, just maybe, is a world with no room for art, no room for beauty, and no room for a little bit of uselessness the wrong place to begin with?